What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from your mama's basement. Finally came out of the hole. You know, I've been missing in action for a while. You know, people ask, where have you been, Urban? I went down to Alaska. You know, I had to dig out with the Eskimos, you know, talk to them guys. You know, they had to let me smoke a little of that woo-doo. And I got my mind right. You know, I had to come back, you know, in full effect. My hair is now gray, you know, so I'm on another plateau right now, and I'm just trying to get my mind right. But that ain't what I want to talk about. Tonight, the Lakers, you know, they got the Summer League game coming on tonight. They play the Clippers. And the beautiful thing about it, I want to talk about, you know, a couple guys that we picked up. I haven't talked about these guys when we picked up from the draft, but I've been doing a little research on them, trying to figure out what is the Lakers' plan, what are their moves. They moved a couple players. I'm going to drop a video on that sometime, hopefully this week, if I'm not too busy. I want to talk about, you know, Black and Young, that they moved. But anyway, I want to talk about these guys, and I don't want to take up too much of your time because, you know, the game come on tonight, and I want to be ready, and I will be on Twitter, so I will be talking to you guys on Twitter as the game goes on. But anyway, I want to talk about the three guys they picked up. Number one, Josh Hart, 6'6". One thing about this dude, you know, after looking at him, man, he can play the 2 or the 3. He's good at catch and shoot. You know, his three-point percentage is shot up. It was at 37%, then it went like 40%. I like this dude. And the reason why I like this dude because he's from Maryland. Yeah, my hometown. He's from Maryland. So I'm excited about him. One thing good about him, he's a good defender. And he's very competitive, man. You know, just imagine, you know, if he start or come off the bench, he'd be pretty decent with coming off there with Larry Nance. He's an unselfish player, so you know he likes to pass the ball around. He will make the extra pass. He's a solid rebounder. Now, one thing about him, he's not a high flyer, but he plays real good around the basket. And that's good because that's one thing I noticed about Magic Johnson and them. Now, these three guys they picked up, I like the picks. The reason why I like them because all three of these guys can defend. Now, Bryant is so-so, but he's pretty good because he still can move his feet and he can get up and down the floor. And you know, he averaged like 1.5 blocks a game or something like that. But you got to keep in mind that he was basically inside-outside. So he wasn't like one of those dominant centers inside because, you know, he could shoot the 3 as well. So in retrospect of that, you know, if he was actually if he played the old style of basketball, big man style of basketball, he probably would dominate because I'm going to get on him right now later on. I mean, there's a lot I want to talk about him about. But that's Josh Hart. And like I said, he's 6'6", so this guy can play the small forward and he can play the 2, which is good. Then Kyle Kuzma. Now, one thing about this guy, he's real quick to be a power forward at 6'9". Now, he can put the ball on the floor. I watched some of his games on YouTube and his highlights. This guy can put the ball on the floor. The guy can get to the basket. He finished real nice around the rim. And he can switch off the pick and roll on defense, which is good because that's one thing the Lakers hurt the last 2 previous years. The only one that really played pretty good, I think, on the switching defense was Larry Nance. And that was like towards the end of last year. But before that, you know what I mean, we really didn't have nobody that can really fight through the pick and roll. And this guy, you know, at the power forward spot can really do that. So that's pretty good. This dude shot 40% from the three-point line. And this in his last 10 games, shot 40%. He has a quick release. Once again, another catch-and-shoot player. He's unselfish. He can pass the ball. He keeps the ball moving. And that's a good thing, man. Like I said, this, you know, because I don't know if we're going to re-sign Robinson. You know, like I said, we already let Tara Black go. You know, they waived him. So they going with the younger squad, and it makes much sense because they want guys to shoot. Tara Black is like one of them old-fashioned players. And I don't want to talk about him. You know, like I said, I'll drop a video on them guys. You know, I'm kind of like, you know, I knew that Tara Black going to be let go. I've just been saying it, you know, the last freaking videos back during the season. You know, I said, you know, they got to move Tara Black because we already logged too many big guys in the middle. So now we got Lopez, and then we have Zubac. Now, the thing about this is this. Now, the guy, Thomas Bryant. Now, one thing about Thomas Bryant, this dude from Indiana, man. This dude, man, is a beast. Now, I ain't know nothing about this dude. I actually, you know, like I said, I did a little research on this guy, man. I looked at some of his on Draft Express and a whole lot of stuff, man. Watched some of his videos, his highlights. This dude is nasty, man. I mean, this dude is almost 7 feet tall. He's 6'10", you know, 6'11", give or take a 2, with size shoes he wear. You know, some people wear pro wings, so their feet get a little bigger. But he shot, you know, he was averaging 11.9. You know, he averaged 11.9. He shot 68% from the field, but 73% at the rim. He averaged 1.5 blocks. And like I said, this dude can knock down the 3, man. This dude can shoot. And he only 19 years old. And he hard to defend down low. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people really didn't get to see his game because a lot of his games were mostly outside in, you know, because he took a lot of jump shots, you know, out, you know, 3-point and stuff like that. But this dude down low, man, is a beast down low. And one thing about him is that, let me see what else. Now, his 2-point shot slid a bit. That's because he started stepping more behind the perimeter, started taking the 3-point shot. And that makes sense, you know, because everybody really ain't shooting the 2 no more. Only one is really shooting
twos is really DeMarcus. I mean not DeMarcus. DeMar DeRozan. He don't even want to really shooting two. Everybody's either shooting the three or going inside the paint. It's just like NBA 2K. You either gonna hit the three or you gonna go inside the paint. Simple as that. Not too many people taking the twos, and that's the fundamental about basketball, man. Is that if you can actually knock down the two, the three, and inside the paint, that make you a real dominant player. But for a big man, this dude can run the floor. This dude got a 7.5 wingspan, and this dude have a 9.4 standing reach. Only 13 NBA players with at least that length, and he can rebound, man. Listen, I'm gonna say it like this: those three guys that Lakers pick up, that was good. I mean, they wound up getting. They got all three of these guys are defenders. They wound up getting there. They got a small forward because we kept saying that we need a wing, another wing defender. I'm hoping that they wound up getting rid of Luol Deng. I mean, eventually it's going to happen. And I'm telling you, like now, these guys, if these guys play good, they're going to package. Don't, like I said, don't fall in love with these guys, people. If these guys play good, somebody's getting packaged with that Luol Deng contract. Trust and believe. Magic Johnson is not finished. Luol Deng is going to be removed probably during the All-Star break or probably the end of this season coming up. He's going to remove. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, it makes sense to get rid of other players to make way for these young guys so they can showcase their talent. So that way, other teams can be interested in them. But with them, it's gonna be Luol Deng packaged up with them. Like I said about Mozgov. I've been saying it over and over again. The only way Lakers gonna make trades if they package these guys up, unless it's somebody like a PG-13, then they're going to throw the book at them and tell them take everybody to Brandon Ingram, which we know. So anyway, the summer league comes up tonight. Just want to pass that on, man. I really like the idea of what the Lakers picked up. These three guys, the one big thing about these three guys is that they all have a couple things in common. Number one, they're all unselfish players. Remember, we had a lot of selfish players last year. Everybody doing ISOs, and the year before that, everybody doing ISO plays. When we first started 10-10, we looked at pretty good because they were moving the ball. And we seen the Lakers, when the Lakers move the ball and they average over 20-something assists, they look pretty good. They can go with anybody. But when they averaging under 20 assists, that's when they struggle because they're not moving the ball enough. But anyway, all three of these guys can move the ball. All three of these guys are set shooters. So this makes good for Lonzo Ball. So when this guy's running the floor, these guys are going to find his spot. He's going to hit them, and they're going to be knocking down those threes. That's the reason why the Lakers front office got these three guys, because they, according to this new age of basketball, they had to get guys that will fit in with Lonzo's scheme. Then that makes it much sense, because if you look at Lonzo and UCLA, they already had an article about him stating that, the two guys that were there before he got there, they were mostly, inside players. They weren't really, three-point shooter threats like that. But when Lonzo came, they changed their game up. Their inside game kind of like diminished, but their three-point shots went up tremendously, and their average went up too. So you want to get players that's going to fit in that scheme with Lonzo, and and I kept wondering, like, what is Luke Walton going to do? Because it's this Magic team or Luke Walton team. But anyway, I'm gonna make a video about that as well. But I'm just happy that they want to be getting players that's going to fit in the scheme of Lonzo, that's going to help him. And then on top of that, they were trying to bring a veteran player to actually help Lonzo develop, which is good. You know what I'm saying? So we're moving in the right way. I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of excited. And that's the most wonderful thing of all. So anyway, guys, it's your man Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about these three players. Tell me what you think about the summer league. I will be dropping a video probably after the game. I won't drop a video at the game. So depending on my upload, it probably be like y'all. Most of y'all on the West Coast, so it probably be around like 3 or 4 o'clock my time. So probably like 1 to 12 o'clock y'all time. I'm not too sure, give or take. But I'm going to definitely try to drop a video after every summer league game like I did the previous year. Anyway, take care. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Be safe out there. And most of all, let the Lakers know you love them.